Hey, what's up everybody? Today we're going to talk about the list that I'm going to bring to my very first Star Wars Legion tournament and how I ended up with the Bright Tree Village. Remember that pile of shame I was talking about a few weeks ago? Well, it got bigger over the past 2 weeks. I was looking for some expansions to buy to upgrade my current Rebel force. Since I only own the basic Rebel Troopers, some ATRTs and a couple of heroes, I thought about going the Pathfinders route. This would get me a pretty decent Rogue One skirmish list. Web shops in the Netherlands tend to have several Star Wars Legion sales. I think they switch up the discount for their Star Wars Legion products so that every several weeks other Star Wars Legion products are on sale. I usually go to about 3 or 4 of those web shops and look at their entire Legion Rebel range, and if there's something I like, I pick it up. That's how I got CHEWIE and Leia for less than 20 euros together. So while I was browsing to see if they had the Pathfinders on sale somewhere, I stumbled upon a very interesting deal. 2 boxes of Ewoks, including their characters Wicket and Logray, in a bundled price of 60 euros. That's a pretty good deal, but obviously when you think Bright Tree Village in Legion, there's only one model that comes to mind.
That is when I saw him.
The CHEWIE ATST, one of the coolest ideas in the entire Star Wars Legion range and obviously very thematic. I checked the Bright Tree Village Battle Force rules and decided to go with it. But the tournament is in 3 weeks, so I better get to work. I assembled the first units of Ewoks and part of the ATST while watching the 2 Ewok movies for inspiration on their color schemes. I went for a simple zenithal highlight and painted the Ewoks live on my stream. I usually tend to go for the contrast paints first, and if I want to touch up the models and give them a little something extra, I will get back to them at a later moment. A while ago I painted up this owlbear miniature, so I have the fur recipe pretty much locked down. With a bit of variation in the colors, most of the Ewoks started to look unique. For those Endor bases, I used AK Interactive's Dark Earth, and I sprinkled them with some Geek Gaming Scenics. This is the Wasteland Soil, and I also have the Scrublands. It was the first time I used any of these products, and I was surprised how hassle-free and quick this method was. I bought all of these products at mini-marvels.nl, and so can you. If you're interested, I have a link down in the description below for a 10% discount. I continued with the ATST soon after. I primed it with Panzer Grey and base coated it with a lighter, warmer grey through the airbrush. On stream I did some dry brushing to pick out the edges, and I did some weathering with a little bit of Nuln oil. I was happy with the current state of my ATST and decided it was good enough for my first playtest against Rick. My list was recommended to me on the SW Legion Reddit and based on the units that I own. It had Leia Organa, Logray, a unit of Ewok skirmishers and a unit of Ewok slingers, Rebel Trooper unit with an R5 astromech droid, and of course CHEWIE in the ATST. The astromech was very helpful because I went up against a lot of anti-armor stormtroopers, but other than that, I missed the Z6 trooper that I usually bring with my Rebel Troopers. The Rebel Trooper unit was far too few to have a real impact on the game. The command cards I brought though were so much fun. Leia's coordinated bombardment is amazing, Log Traps is great and super thematic, and while I never got in the right spot, the Brains and Brawn card is crazy in this list. It has Leia shoot her own attack, but add one of CHEWIE's ranged attacks to her attack pool. Since Chewbacca is in the ATST instead of shooting his bowcaster, that adds another 2 red, 2 black and 2 white dice for a total of 5 black dice, 2 red dice and 2 white dice. With Sharpshooter 2 from Leia. Although CHEWIE went to town on a few units, unfortunately the combination of my bad positioning, anti-armor and bad dice rolls damaged his weapon like midway through the game, It didn't take long before the focused firepower of Rick's stormtroopers destroyed Chewbacca in the ATST. The Ewoks actually did their jobs very, very well. My slingers killed about 5 stormtroopers with their stone slings, and on the other flank my skirmishers moved up, taking the center objective and do some serious melee damage. Log Ray I didn't use to its full potential. I'm still a beginner and I forgot about like half of his keywords, forgot his upgrade cards. I was able to revive some Ewoks though. I think the Bright Tree Village usually benefits from having lots of activations, since the Ewoks are dirt cheap in a list. In Skirmish I think it's a little bit of a different story. And while I believe the Bright Tree Village is made for 800 point games, I loved how they played. I am thinking about running Wicked instead of Log Ray. Do you have any idea how to run the Bright Tree Village in Skirmish? Let me know. So with a few tactical alterations, I think I might have a shot to win a game or two at the tournament. But like I mentioned before in another video, I am the least competitive person I know. Seeing CHEWIE in the ATST, a murder bear swarming a model, and using those command cards to recreate thematic epic moments is good enough for me. Are you new to Star Wars Legion and do you want to know more about it? I made a video about it, you can check it out right here in the corner. And of course the Star Wars Legion Skirmish tournament is next week, and yes, I will do a recap on that, how it went, how the Bright Tree Village is doing. Be sure to subscribe if you'd like to see that recap and more videos. We are super close to 500 subscribers now. I'm in arm's reach of reaching the YouTube partnership, which is much appreciated. Thank you very much for subscribing and supporting the channel. I do live streams on Twitch every Monday and Wednesday, and I hope to see you there. For now, yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.